This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Diggity dink.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Nightwing News. I am Phil. Joining me as always is...
I'm Kristen. Hello.
And we're back for another week to discuss, well, this time on our classic reviews, Nightwing 141 from April 2008 by the great Peter Tomasi, who, while he could not join us because he's on vacation, he said to send him a link. So,
all right. I hope he likes it.
Maybe if he's impressed enough with us, if we do another Tomasi story later on, even if not this year, next year, maybe we can get him on.
I still just want to talk to him about this one.
Well, if we ever get it back on,
we'll just have to read it again.
I was going to say, you could bring it up. All right, so I was trying to think of any news. Yeah, the new issue isn't coming out this week, but I didn't read the Teen Titans annual, but I might have to pick it up on Wednesday because it looks like Damian quit as Robin, which there are rumors that Tim was coming back as Robin. So first piece is in place.
I didn't read the issue, but I read an article that said spoilers.
Yeah, I did see the article too. But yeah, but I didn't read the.
Like, well, perfect. Now I know what happens, and I didn't have to pay for it. And that is exactly what happened. Well, he and Batman had a moment, like a bad moment, where Bruce was all broke. Like, you failed me, stuff like that. I mean, it was partially Bruce was like, I've failed you as a kid, and then Damian like rips the R off. He's like, not but you don't know what he's going to be.
Yeah, I know. Is he going to be a bad guy? Is he going to have a new identity?
I don't know. I'll be interested to see. I mean, I don't necessarily know as I'm going to pick the books up, but it'll be interesting to see what they do because it's hard for me to imagine that this is a permanent thing. I don't know. I mean, this is actually a new thing. This is the first time they've ever had somebody not be Robin and then made them come back to being Robin.
Yeah. Because Tim's back, thank goodness. I mean, could have been Red Robin, but yeah, at least he's not going to be Drake, which I don't care for that code name or that costume.
Right, I just think it could be, I don't know, I think it's kind of a toss-up, I'd say. That on the one hand, it will probably be better for Tim as a kid. Well, it depends on how they write him, because since the New 52 has started, it has a very different Tim from what he was.
Oh, yeah.
New 52. Is this going to be his opportunity to become more like the Tim people liked before? But is it a regression? I don't know. I can't help but think that, if Dick stopped being Nightwing and went back to being Robin, that would not be a good thing. We would not like that.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about when I first heard when they announced New 52. I was like, oh no, are they going to make like Dick like the only Robin again or something? But yeah, they didn't do that.
And I think most people wouldn't like it if Jason went back to being Robin. I mean, Jason as Red Hood couldn't,
Well, there's so many issues with Jason. Yeah, no.
Right. So, is it a good thing for Tim, who's been on his own, to go back to being Robin? I guess it depends on how they use him.
Yeah.
Is it going to be that Tim's just going back to the Robin code name, but he's going to be mostly on his own? Or is it going to be Tim is going back to being Robin, but he's an 18-year-old Robin sidekicking it with Bruce? That might be weird because Bruce doesn't really do well with 18-year-old sidekicks, we've seen in the past. He tends to fire them, blame them for getting shot, even when it's not their fault.
I mean, unless Tim finally gets his chance to be a full-on partner to Bruce, like Dick was towards the end of his run as Robin, because I'd say the whole time Tim was Robin, he was more like the sidekick.
Yeah, but he did have his own book where he kind of could be independent.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I've seen people when they try to, which of course there's no way to resolve the issue of who is the best Robin. But I've seen people argue that, you know, if you want to kind of try to like please all the people all the time sort of thing, that Tim is the best Robin as Robin being his own sort of independent hero, but Dick is the best Robin as a sidekick.
Yes.
Because Dick was written much more in the sidekick vein when he was Robin. I mean, you know, for 30 years, he was literally the back half of Batman and.
Yes.
And then he got to be upgraded to Robin the Teen Wonder. Oh, speaking of that, check out this sweet t-shirt.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. It actually says the Boy Wonder on it, though, but...
Nice.
I was like, that's some classic 1970s Dick off at college.
See, if you want to see the shirt, subscribe to the YouTube channel, people.
And would you believe I got that baby at Kohl's?
Oh, really?
Yeah, with a 30% off coupon, no less.
Nice.
So, yeah, I guess we'll see.
Oh yeah.
Because that I think is going to be the one weird thing about them bringing Tim back as Robin is he's really kind of too old to be a sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they don't screw it up.
No, I don't. I don't think so. I mean, maybe Damian will be Red Robin. Every other Robin's been Red Robin, basically. Well, Dick, Jason, and Tim.
But then the other thing is, how long do you think that's actually going to last?
I don't know. I mean, just the bringing it back to Tim makes me think it might be a permanent or as permanent as these things are thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. Because on the one hand, I can see, but what are they going to do with Damian? I don't know.
This is going to be a big villain.
It's very interesting to see what will happen. And of course, I'm also interested in what will happen once Dick gets his memories back.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do anything with that. Because, of course, in terms of if these characters were real, which of course they're not, obviously. Yes. But in terms of, and I feel like, I don't know if it were or not, it feels like Dick should have some sort of reaction to that. And once he gets his memory back and he finds out that Damian has, you know, been doing these not so great things, but that he's had this big falling out with his father and has, you know, kind of been like, I can't be Robin anymore and has run off. It feels like Dick should want to go after Damian and check on him. Hey, Damian, how you doing? What's up? But is that going to happen?
I mean, I have
no idea.
Unless Damian's going to try to have a rest of a normal childhood or something. I don't know. Yeah,
I would doubt that. Hello.
Yeah, I doubt it too, but...
Anyway, I guess my thoughts are this is very interesting, and it has the potential to be cool, but it also has the potential to be really, really bad.
It's true.
And you can't always count on the DC powers that be when they have a chance to do something good and bad to fall on the side of good.
Well, there's been some shakeups over there. I mean, maybe without certain people over there, maybe we'll get some happy endings over here.
I don't know. That's it. It has the potential to be very interesting, but it also has the potential to be ridiculous.
Yes.
They just turned Tim into some sort of side-kicking kind of... I think it'll be good for Tim because he hasn't really had that high of a profile since the New 52 started.
Exactly. This should be good for Tim. Yeah, I know.
Because he was the one that kind of fell off the radar when they did the New 52.
Oh, yeah.
Because he died, and then he was in the other dimension, and then they brought him back for a little while, but he hasn't been in the main Batman books for a long time, has he?
Not really. I mean, I think he popped in a few times, but yeah, not really.
Yeah, he's mostly, once they started that Young Justice book, didn't he pretty much just go off and be in Young Justice?
Mm-hmm.
Because he was in the Teen Titans when New 52 started. Did Damian replace him in Teen Titans at Rebirth, or did that happen before?
I think they canceled that, but I don't know. They rebooted, and when they rebooted, Damian basically started his own Teen Titans. Like, Tim's was done, and then, Damian started up his own. Different people and stuff, so. Okay. Just the name.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see how much Tim pops in.
All right.
I mean, this is a totally selfish thing. I Hope he doesn't start to overshadow Dick. It kind of felt like sometimes in the 90s he did.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, that's not fair. It's not fair, but it's like we say this because we're Dick fans, number one, and so there's no such thing as too much Dick Grayson for us, whereas, you know, for a more normal person, they might be like, quit your whining. It was fun.
Yeah.
I felt like maybe Tim was in more books because he would pop into the Batman books more. That's how it is when you're Robin. Anyway, we shall see.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Most important thing is that Dick gets his memory back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Should be soon. I think Batman 98 is coming out this week, so yeah, it should be soon.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I know you want to talk about this.
Yeah, I haven't changed up my mug. Normally I use some kind of Nightwing mug, but this time I have a castle mug.
Oh.
Ta-da. This mug is Midlam Castle. This is where Richard III used to live.
Oh, yeah. Nightwing 141. Pay attention, Mr. Tomasi. There we go.
Okay. So as I was reading through, I was like, oh, there wasn't as much. There was mostly just the medieval stuff kind of right at the beginning. But then I remembered why, out of all the freefall ones, I picked this. Because this one has Superman, and it has Batman, and it has Wally.
Yep.
I mean, I think that this freefall is one of the best. Definitely it's my favorite arc, let's be real, of the Nightwing series. But someone who's maybe less into the Middle Ages, it might not be their favorite arc. But I think from a less biased standpoint, it's still one of the best. It's one of the top few arcs, wouldn't you say, of Nightwing's book?
I liked it. I mean, yeah, I'm not as much into the Middle Ages stuff as you, but I mean, I thought that was cool, and I thought it, you know, basically Dick getting his own. Well, I mean, he had Bloodhaven, but New York. I mean, everyone's familiar with New York. It's like, oh, that's a big, big city, and you know, he's setting up his own headquarters. He's basically doing things his way. You know, even in Bloodhaven, he was kind of doing things the Bruce way, but here it seemed like he was doing things his way. And like you said, you get Batman, Superman, you get Wally West. It kind of, and you got more people when they were like helping him build his.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that makes Freefall so good. I mean, it's an interesting, definitely a different kind of story.
It kind of shows. It kind of shows he's like Dick's like the connective tissue of the DC universe.
Exactly, yeah, and it doesn't shy away from his connections. He's the opposite of isolated.
Yes.
Like, yeah. So, yes, let's go through it, because every page is a treasure. If you haven't read it, you need to get on it.
That's right.
So it starts at the end, and I went back and read number 140 as well. 140 ends with Superman be like, hey, Dick, we need to talk.
No.
And so he's like, oh, hey, what's up? And they're chatting. They're like, why are people stealing bodies? This is weird.
Yes. Of like dead superheroes and supervillains, yeah.
Well, and a 13th century knight, which you're like, where does he fall on the superhero villain spectrum? Unfortunately, he was a crusader, so he's probably falling closer to the supervillain avenue of things. Anyway, but then I love this random guy who's the park ranger.
Oh yeah, the security guard.
And how he wants to take the picture with Superman. Of course, you can see how 2008 it is that he doesn't have his iPhone. He can't be like, let's take a selfie, because I believe the first iPhones did not come out until when did those come out? 2010? Was it the first iPhone?
I thought it might have been before that. I'm not sure. I don't think I didn't have one at that point, but I don't think they were as prevalent. If they were out then, they weren't as prevalent as they are now. Yeah.
Oh, yes. On January 9th, 2007, CEO Steve Jobs unveils the iPhone.
But I know.
First iPhone was 2007.
Digital cameras like this were much more prevalent back then, yeah.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so that's so funny that, and he can't say selfie because it's not a thing. It's not a thing yet. But yeah, how he's like, oh, can I put my fist on your jaw, for a little humor? It's so funny.
And he knows not to ask for any pictures from the Bat family. That's right.
Oh, that's nice. I thought maybe he was like, Nightwing, I don't like you as much as Superman.
No, I think it's probably, maybe not well documented, but, there's no pictures of the Bat family.
I suppose that's true. All right. Now we get to the inside of the cloister.
Oh, well, wait a second. But yeah, Mr. Tomasi, I see you there. Yeah, Superman's taken off. No need to thank me, officer. We're all part of the same team. Good night. That's the end of Superman 1, okay? That's Christopher Reeve dropping off Lex Luthor at prison and he's like, or is that 2?
Oh, that's what he said. Oh, that's a quote, really?
I think so, yeah, because he tells the warden, no, no need to thank me. We're all on the same team. Good night. And that's how the movie, then they get cut to him flying around the earth, yeah.
Well, thanks for that little nugget, Phil. Now it's just even better. Nice.
All right, give us the cloisters.
Okay, so now we're in the cloisters, and it's a pretty good rendition. Having been to the cloisters a couple times, this is a pretty good comic book rendition.
Oh, really?
Of the cloisters. Yeah, and it is this. He actually describes it in the end, near the end of issue 140. But he does give the history of the cloisters, except of course because it's in the DC universe, it just so happens to be Bruce Wayne's family, like his great grandfather or something, yeah, who paid for it to bring over. But the cloisters, it is an actual cloister from France that was brought over brick by brick and then reassembled. And then the Met has pretty much moved all of its medieval art up there, and and it is in Fort Tyrone Park, which is kind of a nice park up in, I guess, North Manhattan. The only thing, so it's awesome seeing medieval history, the cloisters in here, and it makes me so happy. The only thing is that sometimes when I think too much about it, as I'm wont to do, it gets me a little upset because, as you know, I love Dick Grayson so much, but he is in no way, shape, or form at all qualified for this job. Like, not even close. I even double-checked. I even looked up who the people are, and yes, you have no chance of being a curator at the cloisters if you do not, at minimum, have a PhD in some form of medieval art history. And Dick most definitely does not have a PhD. I'm still not even sure if at this point, it's still like woogie on whether he's even graduated with a bachelor's degree from college.
I don't think he ever finished college, did he?
Right. So this is like 100%. Yes, you are. This is like 100% nepotism. Bruce Wayne got you this job. And if this were real, medievalists would be super pissed.
I was going to say. Well, yeah, some of these people even say, "Oh, yeah, we know you have connections." Because I was going to say, yeah, Dick has a PhD in, yeah,
the greatest PhD of all. Indeed, but whatever. I do appreciate the medieval knowledge he's dropping in there. That is for good knowledge for anybody else. But again, people who actually work at the cloisters would not be impressed that he was like, thick walls and, a not pointed arch is Romanesque. They're like, yeah, bro, I learned that in Middle Ages 101. What can you tell me about Carolingian ivories? There, now. That's,
yes.
Yeah. And I can't even tell you anything, because I'm not even qualified to be curator of the cloisters.
See, kids, college professor. Oh, wait. Yeah, college professor. It's all backwards.
Yeah,
over there. There. Yeah. It's like a mirror. Over there, college professor. Yeah.
So I totally understand that woman, Miss Chambliss throwing some shade at him. But also, it's a smooth way to drop some medieval knowledge on you, because I think that is the real cloister. And definitely what he says about the chapter house is true. And it is true that thick windows and rounded arches are hallmarks of the Romanesque style.
Yep.
So there you go. And they do have that garden inside. Like I said, it's a good.
I was going to say, maybe the artist was there, I'm sure, if nothing else, working off like actual pictures of the place.
Well, I think at this time, wasn't DC kind of based out of New York City? So.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't think they made the move yet.
But, so. I mean, it's only pretty recently they went to Burbank. So.
Oh, yeah, it was after New 52, at least. Yeah. So, yeah, they were still in New York, yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty quality. I would recommend that you go if you're ever in New York City. But, yeah. So, dropping some sweet medieval knowledge. It's pretty epic, but My only quibble is Dick is not qualified to be curator at all. And he really should have just given himself a different title. Like, I'm the vice president of fundraising. Ding. He has more, any sort of nonprofit would be like, you're a charismatic, handsome young person with a rich father. You're hired. Like, he has all the qualifications you need for that.
I guess they just wanted to give him a position where, he was, no one could question him on like changes, any revamps or.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I get it. It's just, as much as I love that this medieval in there, sometimes I think, Dick, I'm really mad at you for stealing some fictional, hardworking DC Universe medievalist job.
Oh,
Anyway, then some stuff about the bodies, which I forgot to read the rest of I only read the first 2 issues of Freefall, so I forget what the deal is with the bodies.
Basically, mad scientists trying to take these bodies of dead super people and, steal, give the powers to an army,
Okay.
Same old same.
Okay, so the thing is that 13th Century Knight was meta, and somehow Talia and her people knew that old-timey guy had latent superpowers. Is that the deal?
What?
That's why they picked that guy?
I think so. I'm trying to remember, but yeah, there was something with it. But again, this is another great thing with Bat books. The myth, mystery.
Right? Yes, definitely. And we don't even have the answer for you because we didn't read the whole saga.
Detective work. Oh, I remember for the most part. Yeah, I mean, because I think it even it's somebody working with Talia even. So.
Yeah, because she comes in later, and she's in a couple later issues. And then I think, don't they have a fight under a river at some point?
Yeah, or it might. Is that one? Is it under the river or an ocean? Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, one of those things. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, now who's everyone in this picture, Phil?
All right. I know we got a bunch of Justice Society members. That's
okay. Let's start. Let's move from. Let's go opposite. Let's move from right to left. So start with Nightwing.
All right, Nightwing is standing there with John Stewart, who at this point was an architect. They try to make him a soldier now, especially since New 52. But yes.
Okay. That's why he's got that paper and he's saying,
yes.
Yeah, we're good and we're on schedule.
Yep.
Yep. Also, why on earth does Dick need to save on labor costs? But I know it's because it's top secret superhero stuff. You can't just hire a bunch of union guys and say, hey,
exactly.
Build me a secret lair in this tower.
And then the guy with the wings doesn't have his helmet on, but that's Hawkman.
Okay. Figured.
The woman in white is Power Girl. That looks like Wildcat behind Power Girl. And then sitting there working on something is Mr. Terrific.
Okay. So wait, is Wildcat, is his name Ted?
Yes, Ted Grant, yes.
Oh, okay.
Former heavyweight champion.
And who's the guy?
What?
At the bottom. Who's the guy who picked up the pizza at the bottom?
That was, the latest at that time, version of Starman.
Ah, okay.
But I forget the whole deal. Like there was all kinds of cosmic stuff going with him. So he's always acting and talking goofy because he was kind of out of sync with like the present, I think.
Well, that's cool. Well, they are doing stuff, and dang, John Stewart is the best kind of architect. He's architecting while also simultaneously operating a saw. That's some quality multitasking right there.
The only limit.
And there's a little note on Dick's computer that says,
Wally. Yep, the only limits on a Green Lantern ring is your imagination. So
that sounds good.
But yeah, I just found it funny because it's like, eventually Dick has to move out and move back to Gotham to be the Batman. But the next person who comes in to like run the cloisters are going to be like, man, what are all these different things all these revamps that the former
right, yeah.
guy did.
Do they go and take it down? They might go and take it down.
I'm trying to remember if they did.
I think there is one at the end where where everybody comes back and they kind of take the stuff down.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, not you say that.
That would be highly suspicious. All right, then this is Dick's I don't know. She's Deborah. She's on the list of women Dick dates, but I don't know like how serious it is. She's only in this.
I think they went on a few dates. I'm trying to remember who left New York first, him or her. Oh, she might have even been.
She did.
Yeah, I was gonna say she was starting leaving New York before he.
Isn't she the one who leaves New York because she doesn't think it's safe?
I think so.
Or was that Cheyenne? Yeah.
No, I think it's this one. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, they go out to a Yankee game, and she tells him, "I'm a Mets fan." Ooh. But you know why they're really at that Yankee game? Because the Yankees are playing Gotham.
Yep. Oh, and then I guess he gave her some excuse about writing a book. She's like, "How's the book? Book? The one you're writing about Upper Manhattan. It's part in the American Revolution."
Oh yeah, because how we met her is she worked at the Museum of the City of New York,
yep.
And he was looking at all these maps so he could get the lay of the land, so that he knew where he was going. Because it's been a while since he lived in New York, since his Titan days.
Yep.
So he needed an excuse other than just being like, I don't know, I think maps are cool. I don't understand why he didn't just go with I like old maps and again I lie.
Well, you know the bad fan, especially even like that Dick Grayson annual, Dick always goes for like the over the top excuse.
The over the top lies. All right, then her brother, Deborah's way older brother, it looks like.
Oh yeah.
Is showing Dick an apartment while also sort of threatening him, low-key threatening him. It's like, I Googled you.
Yeah, you're one that, you're a playboy.
No, he just says a silver spoon joker.
Oh Lord, did you see the name of these apartments?
Hudson View Garden Apartments.
Hudson View, where to go to college. Hudson. Oh.
I know, but it also fits because there is a Hudson River in New York.
True. So
I
was gonna say, does it work two ways? I see Mr. Tomasi. Was it, you're talking about the Hudson River, but it's a nice little Easter egg because Dick went to college at Hudson.
It would have been a true Easter egg though if instead of the quality being built in 1924, if it had been like 1940 or something, or if he had said built in 38 since Dick debuted in Detective 38, something like that.
Unless this is a real building or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be. We'll have to look it up.
Oh, yeah. I won't stand by and watch my sister be used and hurt by some silver spoon joker.
Yep. Even though they've only been on one date. It's like, dang.
He even gets his own parking spot.
Hey, that is worth a lot in New York City.
Oh, yeah, New York. Yeah, definitely. But I'm just thinking about
that is worth a lot.
I'm just thinking about the secret underground complex he has under the cloisters.
Yeah, that's where he needs to. That's where he parks his horse.
Oh man, you know what? I like that Dick went and became Batman, but sometimes I'm also just like, man, I wish maybe we could have seen what Mr. Tomasi would have had planned if the series had been able to keep going with him as Nightwing.
Yeah, I mean, you can get so much mileage out of the cloisters. There's so many great things you can steal.
New York?
Right. Mr. Tomasi, if you want to write more about the cloisters, hit me up. I'll give you more medieval fun facts to weave into your narrative. Okay, then this is also another reason. All right, so we had first love it for medieval history. Second, awesome love. Now we're going in chronological order. The thing with Superman. Now we have starting to introduce Batman, where he's looking and he's like, "Oh, I need a row of safe houses. This looks like a job for a subsidiary of Wayne Enterprises." And then how he faxes. No one faxes anymore. That's old school. He just texted to Bruce now. He faxes to Bruce a list of buildings he wants him to buy. And then I love how Bruce is so rich. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's a smart tactical move." And Alfred's all, "I'll get your checkbook." Because there's 5 things on there? 6?
1, 2, 4, 6.
And that's how rich Bruce Wayne is now. He can just write a check for 6 buildings in Manhattan. I have no idea how many millions of dollars that is, but many.
Yeah, because he's like, yeah.
Also, I wonder what they ever did with those buildings.
Oh, please. Bruce has safe houses all over the world.
Oh, I know, but...
And again...
You don't need 6 after Dick has to move back to Gotham.
And again, you never know, what's still there after New 52 and stuff, and Rebirth.
Right, and plus you don't know, those buildings could have all gotten destroyed by the Avengers.
Oh,
in one of their many fights in New York City. Burn. And then another great thing, now we have Wally. Woo!
Yep.
Wally visited, and they even hug. Oh, look at that.
Yep, because Wally had been gone for a while. In basically, him and the family were in an alternate dimension. So,
you hate when that happens. Dick is welding something.
I don't know if there was like panels for the wall or something, or.
And then they're sitting around eating Chinese food, maybe, and apples. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell what they're eating.
Probably whatever Dick had. Wally probably had.
They're drinking some beer. Oh, and then they make ramen. Then they are doing ramen at the end because he's microwaving some ramen.
Yep. Oh, and here's the Bart.
Yeah, because he talks about how he's going to start up an acrobat program for kids. And hey, yes, quality quote. I'm finding out how much I've always loved history, but never made time to embrace it. Yeah! Woo! It's canon. Dick likes history. Diggity dank. Diggity dank.
Oh yeah, because in one of the previous arcs, he had been starting an acrobat program for kids. But yeah, he's here. It says they're the place is letting him do a weekend program.
Yeah, Dick's always going around starting up acrobatic programs.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this part.
I think he started an acrobatic program every place he's ever lived.
Hey. Oh, and there's my new love. Ah, there you go. What's her name? Skydiving.
Yeah, and he's like, Angelina skydiving.
Oh yeah, because I remember that too. Because he's like, because since the tightrope and everything, he's like, keep looking for bigger heights to jump from.
Oh yeah, in the previous one, Dick says he's thinking about breaking a world record of skydiving from over 100,000 feet. And at the end, Bruce is like, some records aren't made to be broken. Oh, please, Bruce. Like you don't do it too.
Little different from the circus, buddy. Last I checked, they don't make nets big enough to catch your, need I remind you, unpowered, non-flying ass.
Isn't that why they involve parachutes with skydiving?
And there's our Nightwing butt reference.
And then we bring it back and have Bruce again. Dick tapping on the window, saying, hey.
And his glider, yeah.
Yeah. And Bruce saying, great idea on having me buy all those buildings.
Oh, yeah, well, Dick says thank you, because Dick's polite, unlike a lot of people in these stories.
It is always nice when someone just drops millions of dollars for you to say, thanks.
Yeah, but some of those other Robins wouldn't say thank you. I mean, Tim would, but I don't think the rest of them would.
Depends.
Oh, but then he's like, gotta go, because I guess he set some kind of security system or something, because, oh, isn't this ironic? Look who they're digging out of look who the bad guys.
That Bane?
No, that's KG Beast.
Oh!
Isn't that ironic? Dick's going the same.
Full circle.
Dick's going the same KG Beast dead body.
Might regret. Oh, right, yeah. Will it all be enough to stop the corpse of KG Beast? That's right. Also, what I think I like so much about Freefall is, again, I was just reading 140 right before, and Bruce has everybody. Okay, by everybody, he has Alfred, Tim, and Dick, and they're all sitting around the table, and he's like, y'all are my family, and I don't trust anyone more than you. Because I believe Freefall comes right after the resurrection of Ra's al Ghul, right?
Yeah.
So, they just had an encounter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
all of Freefall is good, but I think this one is the piece de resistance of the
whole run.
Thank you. Yes, of the run, because it's got some good medieval knowledge dropped in there for you.
It's called
I expect Phil to always know now the difference between Romanesque and Gothic because Dick Grayson told it to you. There will be a quiz later. Also about the cloisters, and it has Superman, and it has Happy Batman things, and it has Wally.
And it's got Jon Stewart and members of the Justice Society. Guest stars galore.
That's right. And they go to a baseball game if you're into that kind of thing.
True.
And they eat ramen and pizza. So it's a culinary delight as well.
Seriously, it's an average sized issue, and you got Superman, got the Flash. Like I said, you have members of the Justice Society and a Green Lantern. You have Dick Grayson's personal life. He's out on a date, but
a date that doesn't get ruined.
Exactly.
Also, I believe
you get a mystery, which is great for a bad book, and then
you get comedy.
Yeah, security guard, and a wind up some action, which you see is going to probably happen in the opening pages of the next issue.
That's right. I mean, I really don't think you could ask for more. The only more you could ask for was if Tim slipped in there, but Tim was in 140. Mm-hmm. Oh, also, you have scenes of Manhattan real estate, which is as close as many of us will, like us will ever get to Manhattan real estate.
True. You even have some snarky Alfred one-liners, so hey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dissing on the Bat and Nightwing. Also, Shall I Get Your Checkbook is a pretty funny one.
I would say pick up the whole run of Free Fall, but yeah, this issue has it all.
It does. It really does.
And a pretty cool cover.
Yeah. And gliders and classy cars and dead bodies about to be reanimated.
Yep.
Really. It dares.
What more could you want?
Exactly. It pretty much has everything. All in what, 24 pages? Is that how long comic books are?
Something like that.
And for a mere $2.99.
Yes.
Boom. Okay, last thing. Well, it says countdown 12. So what is this counting down to? Is it counting down to...
Well, no, it's not an actual countdown. There was a weekly... Was it one of the weeklies? Yeah, there was a countdown series. And countdown issue 12 must have been out that week.
Oh, okay. So it's an advertisement. It's not for...
Yeah,
it's
no.
It's not like this is a tie-in on countdown.
Yeah, no.
Oh, all right.
I believe was Countdown the one. I think that's one where Jason, Todd, Dawn and Troy, and Cal Rayner were like traveling the multiverse.
Oh yeah, isn't that the one where they go to the Red Rain universe and Dick's trying to kill Batman who's a vampire, but in the end, Batman turns Dick into a vampire and like scoops him up and flies off with him.
Yeah, and then that's the one where
I love that one. It's very homoerotic.
Oh, jeez. And then that's the one where in one universe...
It is, though.
I know. But that's the one where...
That's why I love it so much. Because he's basically like, Dick Grayson, you've been persecuting me, but I'm going to turn you into a vampire and take you home with me.
Yeah, that's the one where Jason Todd gets the red Robin suit, and then when he gets back, he throws it in a garbage can, and eventually Tim gets it. Yeah.
Dick's only been Red Robin in the Kingdom Come universe.
Kingdom Come, yeah.
Back when they don't really talk about Jason and Tim in that universe. I don't think.
No, not really.
I think they appear.
But again, there are so many characters in that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he has his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then, so then Countdown, Jason was Red Robin, and then Tim's Red Robin. You're right, yeah, so now it's Damian's turn. Well, I mean, really, Steph should pick it up.
Yes.
But I know she's all off being spoiler, so maybe... It's like, I got a good thing going. I don't really know if I would go from spoiler to a burger joint, you know. Seems like it'd be a step down as opposed to a step up.
Plus, again, too, that's another thing Damian can rub in Tim's face, like, I'll be a better Red Robin than you, Drake. He'll be like, I excelled way more than you as Robin, and I will do the same as Red Robin.
That would actually be kind of a jerk move for him to be like, I'm not being Robin anymore. Oh, you still went back to being Robin? I'm going to take Red Robin now.
I could so see Damian doing it.
It does kind of feel like a Damian thing to do.
It does. All right.
Okay, Mr. Tomasi, if you're listening, if you ever hear this, do you love the Cloisters Museum? Is that why you put it in here? What are your thoughts about medieval history? Do you love it? I hope the answers are yes.
Or did you...
Inquiring minds want to know, who's your favorite medieval historical figure? What's your favorite medieval century? Gothic or Romanesque? Which do you prefer?
But yes, I'm looking at our schedule. I don't think we have any more Tomasis for the rest of the year, but hey, 2021, Mr. Tomasi. We got to get you on here. Kristen has burning questions she needs to ask you.
I just want to know, what's your favorite thing in the cloisters?
Or hey, if you can't wait, Mr. Tomasi, you can always write to us. We can read the email right here. Or hey, I have the power to play voicemail. Send us a voicemail.
Phil would make a special episode for you.
Well, no, I mean, Ray sends us feedback for some of our other shows, and I play his audio. Yeah. So please, in your own voice, you could tell us, Mr. Tomasi. All right.
Read it, everyone. Learn something about the Middle Ages.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Read his
Learn
whole...
about the chapter houses. Oh, yes. What's your favorite? I guess I'd say what's your favorite kind of monk, but pretty much your only choice is Benedictine. Are you more of a monks or a friars person? Dominican or Franciscan?
All right, I'm going to look this up because I don't want to get it wrong.
I'll stop.
No, like the actual issue, how many issues were in his Nightwing run?
I think he closes out the series.
He closes it. Yeah, I just can't remember what issue starts it. Yes. From 140 was his first issue, so.
Yeah, he starts with Freefall, and then I think he goes to the 153 to the end, right?
Yep.
Because Freefall is, I think, the last arc. It's like Freefall is the last arc, and then there's a couple Batman R.I.P. tie-ins.
Yeah, I think the last couple are R.I.P. tie-ins, but yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, so 140 to 153. Freefall is also in paperback, people, so go pick that up. And then I guess the one after, The Great Leap.
Oh, okay, there is The Great Leap.
Which is 147 through 150, it's saying. At least that's what's in the trade paperback.
So this is the penultimate arc. But anyway, the whole time, through the end, Dick's working at the cloisters. It pops up sometimes. Yeah, I think in the next issue, Talia comes by. She's like, oh, look at you working in a museum. And he's all, it's amazing what you can learn by talking to people smarter than you. or who know more than you or whatever. And I was like, oh, Dick, call me. I'll tell you everything you want to know about the Middle Ages. It'll be great. But, he never did. Loser.
Oh.
Diggity dank. I suppose it, doesn't help that he's a fictional character, so he doesn't actually have a phone.
Boy.
I know.
Anyone needs your number, all they need to come do is dress up like Dick Grayson. Jeez.
No, they just need to say they want to talk about the Middle Ages.
Oh.
Then we can talk. I have lots to say.
Oh, jeez. All right, are we done?
Yes, that's why this is the best arc.
Oh, yes. A+, definitely.
Really going out. It's sad knowing that, we know now that it's getting near the end. But the Nightwing series does go out on a high.
Oh, yeah.
It's a triumphant exit. And what else makes the end of Tomasi's run so triumphant is Dick is in a good place. Like, he is... It definitely, and he's not a real person, so it's just how, different people are writing him. But he has definitely grown. If he were a real person, you would say, oh my, you've grown as a person. Because, at the very beginning, he's still kind of, can I prove myself? I gotta go to Bloodhaven. Bruce is gonna come and be like, you're not doing a good job. Even though Bruce doesn't say that. But at the end... Dick's not that person. He's like, I'm good at this. Bruce, buy me some buildings.
Boy, this issue pushed your buttons, I swear, in all the right ways, because I've never seen you this animated.
That's why I made us read this issue. I love it.
She's doing voices. She's doing everything, people.
I love this issue. I own it. I have it in a paper, and I have it digitally.
Ooh.
Because I know! Middle Ages.
But yes, we are harsh critics of everything Nightwing. Mr. Tomasi, A+. Everyone pick up, Freefall, and then The Great Leap. It's great. All right, so what
do we have for next week, Phil?
Well, we have one more one-shot, and then we get into the big storylines. All right, next week is Brave and the Bold 15 with Nightwing and Hawkman.
Hawkman making a reappearance.
That's right. And then the week after that, Battle for the Cow.
Oh, snap. Who do you think will win?
Oh, I don't know. Like we didn't know going into that who's going to win that. Yes. And then the week after.
Yeah, I mean, actually, when they build Battle for the Cowl, not only I think did you know, but didn't you already know, even if you just didn't assume didn't you already have solicits out for Batman and Robin, Dick and Damian? So you also knew, going in, like, Dick's going to win.
Yeah, it was all like, I don't know who it's going to be. Dick Grayson.
Even if they hadn't said it beforehand, you pretty much assumed that Dick was going to win. But yeah. I'm pretty sure they had already done the solicits for Dick as Batman.
Yeah.
They're like, I wonder what will happen.
I mean, Jason was like a raving lunatic at this point. Damian was too young. I mean, you knew it's like, okay, it's Dick or Tim, and they're gonna hit the Dick, you know. Especially when the Nightwing book's like ending, it's like, okay, I wonder.
Right. I mean, the Robin book was also ending, but
but then they picked up with Red Robin. Yeah. All right. So Battle for the Cowl the second week. Then the week after that, Batman 687 through 691.
Sweet.
And after that, Batman and Robin number 1, and then 10 through 16. And let's see, the round out October, and then that Justice League arc, like 49 through 60.
Man, we'll have to just talk about our highlights. I think that's the largest number we've ever read.
I think so. Yes, Dick and his female Justice League. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
So send your thoughts on all of that. Send your thoughts on this issue. All of you, including you, Mr. Tomasi. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. You can send written emails there, audio, or you can even just call 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And follow us on all social media, Facebook, Twitter. Follow all the Capes and Lunatics stuff. Links to the YouTube where you can see this video. Our Patreon. There's even a link for merchandise. Everything all in one convenient place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And remember to support the sponsors, Tweaked Audio, Hunt a Killer, Pod Life the Book, now in digital and paperback. And when you go on Amazon and do all your shopping, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and that international man of mystery, Rob, Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom. What did you say?
And I forgot. While you're cruising Amazon and for reading materials and other things, pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder.
Sweet.
Put together by this one. Even though he's not mentioned by name, there's working there by Joshua Lappin Bertoni.
Yeah, I know. He didn't put his name on the interview, so we didn't give him a name check.
Donovan did all the legwork. There you go, kids. It's
true.
Donovan.
Also, you didn't talk up Pod Life the book.
Yeah, I did. I did say go get Pod Life the book, Volume 1, now in digital and paperback. But I just said it quick. But yes, so go do your reading, people. All right. Again, thank you for joining us. Next week, Brave and the Bold 15 with Nightwing and Hawkman. I think there's a little Green Arrow in there too, and Deadman.
Yes.
And then Battle for the Cowl.
My bet's on Dick winning.
Oh yeah, that's our favorite. Dick smacking Jason around. Yes. And then some trippy Grant Morrison, Batman and Robin.
Sometimes I was confused, but I admire Grant Morrison's drive to make sense of the entire Bat oeuvre.
Oh yeah.
I was down with that, even if sometimes it got weird.
Alright, till next time, same wing time, same wing channel.
Same wing channel.
Ha ha! Nightwing News.